G'day guys, bear with me. Okay, I know it's late. I know it is Monday, and I don't know. I was going to sweep this one under the carpet. This review, um, but I don't know. I thought I'd just share a shit analogy to try and sum up my feelings during the game and after the game. And I know in my preview, and I did expect a loss. I did. I said that in the preview, and a lot of you said I was negative with that analysis, based on maturity, based on experience, and based on the fact that I think this Geelong team are on a mission, more so on a mission. And I get the feeling we're happy with where we've got to. Well, that's the feeling I'm getting. And I would love to think that we have got something in us to make this year really special and one to remember. And that's what I'm hanging on to. I really am. But fuck, we failed another test on Saturday night against the Cats. It's hard to get a gauge on how good they were and how shit we were, but we were inept. We really were. And a shit performance deserves a shit analogy. And I was in a band for a long time, and I sort of still are. I've still got the drum kit in the shed, and we occasionally meet up. But just, we were running this band right up until COVID hit. And we'd been on and off for years. These are a couple of mates that I went to high school with, and we started really, really hitting rehearsals in our mid-40s at Bakehouse Studios in Richmond. It sounds really professional, but it wasn't. We'd hire out a room and we'd get there at 6 o'clock on a Sunday, and we'd sort of go through to 10:30, and it was fun. And you've heard some of my music. Werribee River Band, we were called. Well, that's what we called ourselves. And I've shared some of the intros of those songs on some of my videos. And, when you're rehearsing and when you're a band, you think you're fucking better than what you are, particularly when you're a shit band. And really, we were just sort of like, oh, God, we're sounding really good. We're working really hard, and this song sounds good. And then you start playing the music in the car, and you're almost like you're absorbed in your own fucking self-worth of the band. And you start to distribute some of your stuff to pubs to get gigs, and you finally get the courage to, invite all your friends along to your first gig, and they all turn up in their droves, like the whole entourage turn up. People you haven't seen for years see your Facebook post, that we're playing at some sort of pub, and we're the first act on, get there early, and then they all arrive, and then you just shit the bed. You maybe have a couple of beers too many because you're so nervous, and then you go up there and you really perform poorly. You just don't handle the occasion at all well. Whether it's a lack of talent, which it probably was on our behalf, a lack of talent. But just ordinary. And then you get off after your half an hour, 40 minutes, and they patronise you. Yeah, you're okay. Keep working at it. You're still early, you still keep working at it, blah, blah, blah. Keep working at it. But really, I don't know. And that makes you feel better for, 20 minutes or so, and you sort of speak to each other and you go, yeah, maybe we weren't too bad. And then the other band comes on, the main act, if you could call them a main act in a pub. They come on after you, and they're setting up. And you thought, oh, well, hang around and watch them, and all your friends who are there hang around to watch the next band as well. And you've never heard this band before, but they look good just looking at them. They got the look. Compared to us, we didn't necessarily have the look. In fact, we didn't have the look. And then the opening note, and then the drums kick in, and bang, they're fucking awesome. Absolutely awesome. Tight, loud, fucking good. Then you look at each other, you look at your mates who are in the band together, and you you just look at each other and shake your head and go, oh, fuck, we're shit. We are crap. And it almost like just leaves you so deflated. And then you sort of look over at the people who were there that were watching you or your friends, and that they feel the same way. And that's not look. That's an analogy. But that was us on Saturday night against Geelong. They were the main act. And they blew us away. And we weren't up to it, really. We weren't up to it. Sometimes the act before can be really good, really good. You can go see the geez, that band that was on before were good. Fuck. Wouldn't mind checking some of their material out. But no, we were blown away by the main act, and the main act was Geelong, and we just weren't up to it. We lacked skill. Our decision-making was poor right from the opening bounce. They controlled the game. They did what they liked. They mauled us. They bullied us. I mean, they set the tone really early when Reece Stanley took that mark and uncontested in the goal square. Hawkins in the second quarter got him going with a couple of really just easy goals from the ruck contest and snaps from the goal square. And other than that brief period in the first quarter where we hit the front, this was an easy 30-point win for the Cats, a really easy 30-point win. And I don't think we had one winner on the night. Special mention, I reckon, to Zach Fisher, who I think in the past in these types of games where we haven't stepped up against quality opposition, it's usually someone like Zach Fisher that you might point the finger at and go, well, these. But I reckon Zach Fisher really, maybe not his best game for the football club, but in a really important game for him to establish himself as a mainstay and important part of this team. I think he could walk away going, well, that for me is a real confidence booster. I played against top quality opposition and performed on the big stage, but there were a lot of players who handled the occasion at all well once again. And we've got some really underperforming players in that regards in these games. You look at the Collingwood game, you look at the Richmond game, you look at the St Kilda game, and there's a fair bit of there's a little bit of I suppose evidence, the right word, but starting to build a few things on certain players that they're not handling the occasion at all well. And all I wanted to see, I know that I said that the Geelong would probably win this game, but I was wanting us to really, really fucking push them and give them a real fright. And if we were able to do that, maybe we could have stolen it. But there was nothing. We didn't really fire a shot. And I'm looking for improvement from this team, and I saw the improvement at the start of the year. There was a big jump, obviously. But we're not seeing that growth. We're not seeing that growth at the moment. And I think this was a perfect opportunity against top quality opposition to see where we have come. And I'm not talking about a win here. I'm talking about making it difficult for Geelong. Difficult for Geelong. But they made that game look really easy. Really easy. It doesn't worry me because there's always tomorrow and there's always the future, but it doesn't feel like we're in the now at the moment. I don't know. It doesn't feel like we're part of the now. It feels like we're just happy with what we've achieved so far this year. And it's Geelong. They're on the mission, and we're not necessarily on a mission. And it took me back to a game last year. It took me back 12 months ago to the game against Geelong where we played him at the MCG. And that's only 12 months ago. And we had a crap team in that night. Blokes who are no longer at the football club, guys who are not playing in this team right here, right now, like Sam Petreski-Seaton, Will Setterfield, Lockie Fogarty, Eddie Betts, Tom Williamson, Jack Martin. They were all playing that night. Paddy Dow, Ed Kerno was playing. There was no Big Charlie. There was no Doc. There's no Pitnet. There's no Chera, obviously, no Hewitt. And we put up a bit of fight against the Cats last year, and I know the Cats have improved, but they've slightly improved their system. They really have. It's not too much of a different team to what the Cats dished up last year to us. And we pushed them harder last year under David Teague on that night. We kicked 1 goal, 9, 10 scoring shots at half time to the Cats 3-4. In the end, they won by 26 points, but we had only one less scoring shot. They certainly flexed their muscles in the second half in that game against a very poor team, but I didn't see much different. Maybe it was just a bad night for us, but I saw a bad night against the Saints. I saw a bad first half against Richmond. I'm seeing a lot of bad. I saw a really, really bad second quarter against the West Coast Eagles. And I know you can lose momentum in games, but this was a really, really poor four-quarter performance by us, other than that little patch in the first quarter where we got some goals to bring that, to go in a quarter time in front. What are we at the moment? What are we at the moment? We're going to find out over the next 5 or 6 weeks. We may even find out against the Giants. But as I say, I'm not particularly looking forward to this game on Sunday. I've got my eyes. I've got my thinking about Melbourne, thinking about Brisbane, thinking about Collingwood, thinking about playing the best to see where this fucking team of ours is truly at. Okay. Anyway, that's it. Catch you soon, guys. Rock on the Werribee River Band. Check us out on SoundCloud. Speak soon.